Lethal Weapon 5, The Passion of Martin Riggs, Genndy Tartakovski can't find an audience, and Joseph takes a sick day.
Oh, it's time for class.
Class is in session!
Roll call! Bueller.
I'm gonna be late for class.
Bueller.
Am I hallucinating here? Just what in the hell do you think you're doing?
Late for jokes.
You are mine now. You belong to me.
Did you study for the test?
No more complaining. No more Mr. Kimblett to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom.
Hello, classmates, and welcome to another episode of Middle Class Film Class. I'm your host for today, Pete.
I'm Tyler.
And no Joseph over there.
Nope.
He's got a case of Montezuma's Revenge.
Yeah. He messaged us that he was infirmed yesterday, so we all decided to push it to Sunday.
Yeah,
which
and
is
he's
today.
He's still, and he's still not better, and or he has other things going on.
Yeah.
But either way,
yeah.
Rest in peace, Joseph.
Wait, he's not with us any longer?
He's past tense now.
Well, this is for the land of the living. So.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Tyler? How you doing, buddy?
I'm okay. I feel like we're finally into the fall now, which is very nice. We had one day, and I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, it was Tuesday.
Tuesday was 100 degrees.
Yeah, it kicked our ass, and then it was kind of like you know how like they slap the baby's ass after it comes out of the womb.
Okay.
Like
I don't know if they do that anymore.
They don't.
I don't know.
Oh,
I think they just
What have I been-
flick it in the nose.
oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's why I have like a weird nose. Anyways, so it was kind of like a smack into a paradise of good weather, hopefully soon. I mean, it's great now. I mean,
I like the gloominess, but I'm always a summer guy. I've always been a summer guy.
you know,
I like the heat. I like it dry,
Yeah.
and I also like good weather to be able to cruise around in.
I think I have a greater appreciation for summer weather now because we had such an awesome summer this year.
Yeah.
So like this last summer that we had was just it was pure bliss.
Yeah, it was nice. Not
But
bad.
I mean, we're getting on the weather
Yep.
again. I always
you
do that.
started with the weather, you end with the weather.
Yes.
Every time
I
I
really
say,
need to become a weatherman.
Tyler comes out to the show, answers the door. I'm like, hey, what's up, buddy? Nice weather we're having here, huh?
Yeah.
He can't get one sentence in.
I know it. I have the weather on my mind all the time. I like how that's like supposed to be like the hokey bit. It's like, oh well, nice weather we're having, huh? Like how everyone says, like that's kind of like a
It's the lowest common denominator of icebreakers. In a
But we all
conversation.
experience it though. It's something
That's
that
why no
everyone
one
can.
cares. That's why no one cares. Because we all experience. Say something interesting.
Well, you know what? If someone's after my own heart, they'll start a conversation about how the weather is.
Your eyes just
currently.
light up.
I'd be like, oh,
Pants get stiff.
yeah. There's a little swelling that happens.
No, but we got a good show. We have an interesting second half of the show today. Our for B
Yes.
movie September.
Yeah.
And we'll
To
get in.
cap it off.
Yeah, there was some. It's the first time I think ever in the history of the show that we've changed movies midweek.
We'll get into
Yeah,
it.
we'll get
but
into that.
It's a pretty. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny. So let's just get right into it.
Find some charity, you lad. Now's the time for Gab and Chatter.
Gab and Chatter movie news of the week. Tyler, I'm gonna get rid of the three of us. Larry David is not here, so it's just gonna be you and I.
Okay.
What do you got, buddy?
All right. Well, this is the first time I was hearing about this, but there is supposedly a Lethal Weapon 5 in works with Mel Gibson directing because the director of the previous Lethal Weapon movies unfortunately passed away in 2021.
Richard Donner.
Yeah. And so
Lethal Weapon 5?
Lethal Weapon 5. A lot of people argue that Lethal
Terrible.
Weapon 4 like wrapped everything up, but apparently there's going to be a fifth one.
I don't
However,
like this.
it's probably not going to happen for a really long time because Mel Gibson's working on The Passion of the Christ 2.
Yeah, Passion of the Christ too. Jesus is revenge.
And that would be so awesome
Yeah.
if he went down that road. Maybe that's what Lethal Weapon 5 is.
Maybe.
Well, so, I mean, that was kind of like a lure because I really wanted to talk about actually the Passion of the Christ sequel, which is mentioned in this article.
Okay.
So Lethal Weapon 5 may or may not happen. It's not in like developmental hell or anything like that. It's just on
really
the back.
early.
It's on the back burner.
It's really early. Okay.
Yeah. And I thought it was interesting Mel Gibson was going to direct it, which I think it's in capable hands because he's a great director. So
I'll pass. I love Lethal Weapon. I'll pass.
Okay.
I mean, what's Danny Glover gonna? He was complaining about being too old for that shit in the 80s.
I know. Now he's really too old.
What year was the first Lethal Weapon? Let's see.
1989.
All right, let's see.
I think.
87.
Oh, 87.
89 was number 2. I think he was turning like 40 or 35 or something like that too.
Jesus Christ, he was that old already?
Yeah, well,
It kind of reminds me of like Harrison Ford when he played Indiana Jones. He was like already in his 40s.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. It's a stud.
why? So why do you want this?
I'm not saying why or don't I want this. I just think it's in capable hands of Mr. Gibson.
Oh, okay.
But anyways,
No, thanks.
Regarding the sequel to The Passion of the Christ, it's actually called The Resurrection of the Christ, which I just learned moments ago.
Okay, just now as I'm reading it.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I didn't. But I did find out today it was called The Resurrection of the Christ instead of Passion of the Christ 2. I think he should have gone with Passion of the Christ 2. But
What subtitle?
Passion of the Christ 2. Geez, I can't think of something funny to you.
Passion of the Christ 2, Christ Back in Action.
Yeah, Christ back.
Christ's Revenge.
Yeah, Christ's Revenge. Yeah, that's so good.
I was wrong. Murtaugh was actually celebrating his 50th birthday
Jeez.
in the first Lethal Weapon when he's
That's
got the birthday cake and he's saying, "I'm getting too old for this shit."
Yeah,
But he was 40 years old, Danny Glover, playing a 50-year-old.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I mean, 50 isn't even that old anyway.
I don't know.
Okay, well,
Tell me that when you're 40. I'm months away.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, that's right. So are you technically many months.
Many months.
Many months. Yeah, dozens of months.
Yeah, dozens. So Gibson began filming The Resurrection of Christ earlier this year in Italy, which will return Jim Caviezel. Is that
Caviezel?
Caviezel. Okay.
So wait, are you backdooring a story about Passion of the Christ 2 into this?
Well, yeah, that's
Now you're telling-
that's
now
what
you're-
I'm saying. I Lethal Weapon 5 was the bait, and then
So we're the one getting bait and switched? I don't like this.
well,
I don't like this at all.
we'll find it in your heart to accept the resurrection of the Christ.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Well, I kind of do because it's right in front of me.
Okay.
The film is only part. It's a two-parter too. So they're filming the first part now, which is supposed to come out on the 26th of March in 2027. Part 2 is expected to be released shortly after on May 6th. So they're releasing in the same year. I don't know why they're doing that way, but I'm guessing that the movie is probably going to be like 3 hours long.
Okay.
And yeah, that was it.
Congratulations. You backdoored a Christian propaganda into the show.
That's right. I'm a born again Christian now. Not really.
How dare you?
Not really, no. But I also, to kind of, fluff up my part in the news segment, I have a controversial take, and I'm kind of glad Joseph isn't here for this one because I think he would take a swing at me once I say this.
Okay.
So
He would just be disappointed.
no,
Let's see. Let's hear it.
Okay, so the Lord of the Rings trilogy, beloved trilogy,
Yep.
timeless classic.
Yeah.
I think that it shouldn't be a trilogy.
Okay, why is that?
I think that movie could have been done in 2 movies. And the reason why I say that is because I was watching some clips from the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings movie.
Bakshi.
Bakshi.
Okay. All right.
And he did that whole story in one movie, and it still felt normally paced.
And it wasn't good.
I thought, what?
And it wasn't good. So what's your point?
My point is that I think Peter Jackson could have made that story into 2 movies. I think I began thinking that they're too long, and I just really, I don't know if this is an effect on the short form media that I consume on a daily basis.
Yeah, absolutely it is. It's your brain rot.
Oh, man, I didn't realize that. But I don't know. I was just thinking that I don't think it needed to be a trilogy. I think that they could have had 2 3.5 hour movies, and then that would have
2 3.5 hour movies.
Yeah. I think I stand behind that.
So you're basically saying it should be basically the same length, just 2 movies.
Right.
Okay, great hot take. Fucking great.
I don't know. That was stupid.
How long is Lord of the Rings regular edition? Let's see. Regular edition. Let's see here. Okay, so the extended edition, that's the one I've watched, is 11 hours and 20 minutes. 11 hours and 20 minutes for the 3 movies. How long are the regular ones? 30 minutes of Fellowship. Okay, so that is an hour and 35. So 2 hours and 5. Okay, so it's 9 hours and 15 minutes. I guess you're still cutting like 2 hours out of the movie, I guess.
I don't know. I think that it could be shorter.
I think it could be longer.
What?
Although the extended editions, the second one doesn't really add as much.
No.
First extended edition, great. Third extended edition, also great.
Yeah.
Second one, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to get an earful from Joseph either within the chat, our group chat.
His manufactured hot take.
Or manufactured. I just thought of it.
I just thought of it.
I thought
just
of it
now.
On the drive here, I was thinking like...
I have to say something.
Well, I was trying to formulate like a little bit more
like
cohesive. I was trying to think of a more cohesive thought on it, but I kind of just like blurted out, I think Lord of the Rings should be shorter.
Okay, wonderful. You got anything else?
No.
Okay, great. So for my news story, I have is the name Genndy Tartakovski ring any bells to you, Tyler?
Of course. Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, Samurai Jack.
Yep, Samurai Jack. Yeah. More recently, he's the director of the Hotel Transylvania series.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, he directed the first one, the second one. Let's see if he did the third one. I don't think he did he did the third one. He didn't direct the fourth one, but he's a executive producer. Mm-hmm. He's also done some other interesting stuff like Fixed, a movie that came out this year. It's about the dog that gets his balls cut off. It's a cartoon animated movie. Haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
It's on my list to watch. And then that series Primal about the caveman.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw like an episode of that. That was pretty good.
Yeah, he's interesting. Two Stupid Dogs, Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, Johnny Bravo.
Oh yeah, Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, classic. And his name, I mean, he's got an established catalog of successful projects.
Absolutely.
He's a really interesting individual. He's got a really interesting mind.
Unique artistic style.
Correct. And he just I think he's just overall good. He's on the good side of the ledger.
Yeah.
Totally. He's got a new project right now that's trying to get a foothold with Sony Animation called Black Knight. Have you seen the preview for it?
I have not.
Okay. So we're going to watch it here real quick. Let me get this thing queued up. And we're going to watch the little teaser that he made. I'm going to explain what this is in just 1 second. Where are we here? Okay, let's go. So this is a test reel that he created basically to sell the project. And the concept is this is a 20-foot tall suit that's powered by a knight. Controls it, like magically controls it.
Okay. So it's like a giant robot.
Kind of like a mech suit, but it's a knight.
That's it?
That's it. That's all it is. It's a teaser.
Yeah, that sure teased me.
Yeah, hell yeah. And it's here's the synopsis from IMDb. After failing to protect his king, a highly skilled and faithful knight must transform into the Black Knight to save the kingdom. So I don't know if he's like in it, powering it, or if it's like controlled remotely, like with mind or something like that, or magic. But really not much anything that's like in IMDb, except for the fact that Genndy is trying to get this thing funded, and Sony Animation Studios basically says, "Yeah, it looks great, but I don't know if there's an audience for that."
What?
Yeah.
He made Hotel Transylvania, and Sony's questioning whether or not he can gain an audience with this.
But the thing is, like, this is nothing like Hotel Transylvania,
of course,
and that's basically wanted to talk about is like content creators. I hate to say that, but content creators in some way, because he's a writer, he's a director, he's a producer. He doesn't, with animation, it's not always like very clear. The lines are blurred about what people's roles in it are. You know, creative director, who thinks of the artwork, who thinks of the storyline.
Sure.
But the director, the showrunner, more or less on a animated movie, is their vision is what brings people together. It's
Yeah.
what brings the project together or whatever. So for somebody like Genndy, he's got this long history of kind of cutesy pie sort of stuff. You know,
Yeah.
he's got Powerpuff Girls, Hotel Transylvania,
Johnny Bravo,
Bravo,
Two
Dexter's
Stupid
Lab,
Dogs,
Two
yeah.
Stupid Dogs. These are all like goofy, fun kids things. And if he ever wants to break out of that, it's very difficult to get yourself, I think, out of that rut that basically the studio system or the public opinion has for you.
I can see that, but I mean, look at Samurai Jack though. That was dealing with some heavy themes.
Agreed. And it feels like he has a calculated attempt to try to like slowly ease himself out of that childlike sort of hole that he's in, you know?
Yeah.
That sounds bad. But it's like he has got Samurai Jack, he's got Primal, and then recently he did Fixed, which I feel like almost feels like a I can't remember the guy's name. It's like Steve K. He's got a long last name. He was the creator of Ren and Stimpy. That movie Fixed feels almost like it was in the Ren and Stimpy universe. It's like almost overly gross, like crude for the sake of being crude, almost to like make a stand that this is not a kid's movie.
Yeah.
This ain't your father's animated movie about a dog, you know? So I feel like he's kind of had this slow march into trying to be taken seriously as an adult themed animator.
I mean, I'm all for it because like even his more child friendly shows have great writing in it. I actually watched an episode of the Powerpuff Girls on lunch the other day. It was with the Rowdy Rough Boys.
Yeah.
It was like the male version of the Powerpuff Girls, and they were like that action scene of them beating each other up in the city was really well done. Really, I almost said choreographed because it's not real, but it was really like just well directed.
Yeah.
So it is very surprising to see like a studio like Sony kind of question someone who's has like a very like strong career.
Yeah, he's got a pedigree behind him.
He did the 2003 Star Wars Clone Wars. Do you remember that?
I never saw him, but I know that they're pretty well.
You can watch them on YouTube for
highly
free.
Loved, yeah.
You can watch them on YouTube for free. That was amazing.
It's just Clone Wars.
Yeah, it's just
called Clone Wars.
Yeah, you would probably have to put like 2003 Star Wars Clone Wars. They'd have all the episodes on there, and I watched them a while ago, and they hold up.
Let's see here. 7 seasons. Star Wars.
No, that's the stupid one.
Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Yeah, that's the stupid one. You have to put 2003.
Wait a second. This is not good. I've heard this is good. It's got 8.5 on IMDb.
I hate it.
93% Rotten Tomatoes.
I hate it. I
Contrarian much?
I tried to watch it, and I can't get past the animation. I can't get past it.
Look at Anakin. He looks so badass.
No, look
He's
at that
menacing.
animation. It looks stupid.
What's wrong with that?
It looks
2003 Clone Wars. Star Wars Clone Wars 2003.
Yeah, there we go. See, that's the good one.
It's like cell shaded animation. It's like drawn animation.
Yeah, that's the good one.
This also has a pretty high rating, 7.8.
Yeah. So you can watch that on YouTube. It actually shows General Grievous being a force to be reckoned with.
Love it. How many episodes are in this? 27 looks like.
Yeah, but they're short though. It's not like a long. I think they're like 10 minutes maybe.
Let's take a look.
They're not like full length.
This one is 4 minutes long. This one.
Yeah, they played in between shows on Cartoon Network.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, these are only 4 minutes long each.
Yeah. So
you could binge the whole thing.
Yeah. It's only like, I believe it's only like 40 minutes in total. Like if you watch it all of them.
108 minutes.
Oh, okay. So it's like, okay, that was
it's like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Almost 2 hours.
Yeah. They're really
cool.
It's really cool.
Right,
so
I'm going to take you up on that.
But to question Genndy, how do you say his last name?
Tartakovski.
I'm not going to even try
Genndy
to say it.
Tartakovski.
I'm not going to even try to say it. So to even question Genndy's not integrity, but
pedigree.
But to question his experience is really surprising to me. It's kind of like
that's not his experience. That's not what they're saying. They just don't know if there's an audience.
Well, they can go spit.
I think, well, it's the millions of dollars they're gambling with. So
they have the money to spend.
Yeah, and they want to keep it.
For what?
I don't know, goods and services.
What, money don't spend?
Yeah, I think if anybody is aware of the success of Nimona, they should be aware that there's an audience.
Sure.
Because that was like a futuristic Night of the Round Table set universe that had monsters, it had giant creatures, it had shape-shifting, and it had some very advanced adult themes within it, about perception and the color of your skin and your birthplace and things like that.
Yeah.
And if Genndy really is trying to do something a little bit above board and like a little bit closer to like an adult sort of entertainment, just look at Nimona. There's plenty of people who clamored for that and were heaping its praises. And that was on Netflix.
I mean,
I don't know who the animation studio is behind it. Let's see. You mean what?
I can see why an executive would be apprehensive towards someone who doesn't really have an established career, but I just feel like, I mean, it's kind of like with what was it? It was the creators of it was that news story I did a couple of weeks ago about Call of Duty being apprehensive or having Steven Spielberg direct the movie. It's like, what? Like, he's like one of the greatest filmmakers ever.
Yeah. This Nimona was picked up by Annapurna, and the DNEG Animation did the animation.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, never heard of them either. I'm looking up what their catalog right now. DNEG. Let's see. Ooh, upcoming. How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh.
Wow, they must be a production.
Yeah.
Like co-opted with other studios.
Like Pixar.
No, but Pixar does all their stuff in house.
Oh.
It almost feels like these are, because they lent some stuff to How to Train Your Dragon. That was the live action one. Interesting, but that's DreamWorks. So I don't know. Anyways, so I hope that Genndy gets his way. I hope that we get to see the Black Knight, or I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, the Black Knight.
Yeah.
Well, I'm rooting for you, Genndy.
Yeah, me too. You ready for some streaming picks?
Yeah.
Movies.
Wanna watch a movie?
Yes, I do.
Disney Plus, HBO Max.
If I don't get the pick, show's over.
I have grown accustomed to Hulu Plus.
Amazon Prime.
I like Netflix.
You found the pick.
Streaming picks. Movies that we watched on our streaming services this week that you can watch on yours too. Tyler, lead us off.
I don't have a streaming pick this week. I have an anti-streaming pick this week.
Okay. All right.
And it actually breaks my heart to put the status of anti-streaming pick to this movie because I loved this movie for so long, and then I rewatched it.
Okay.
And it was not good.
Oh,
just
really?
Really not good. I don't know if it's because I've matured as an adult, or I just had more of a critical eye to it now that I'm older. I don't know what happened, but I rewatched SLC Punk on Tubi.
Really?
And
stock is plummeting, Tyler.
And me and Angie, we watched movies together like on weeknights some nights, and she is always picking the movies, as everyone knows. And but I was like, I'm gonna pick a movie, and I'm gonna pick a movie you haven't watched. So I said SLC Punk.
Did she bully you into not liking this movie?
No.
Okay.
Because she fell asleep to it.
I was gonna say.
But I didn't fall asleep to it, and I was excited to watch it. I was like, I haven't watched this movie in a long time. It's a beloved movie of my past. I can't wait to rewatch it. I'm so glad it's on Tubi. And as I'm watching it, the glow in my eyes just started dimming.
But tell us why you said that.
I'm getting to that.
Why?
I'm getting to it.
Get to it. Get to the point.
Okay, so the movie is all over the place storytelling wise. There was a couple of moments where I didn't even know where I was in the movie, like in the time frame of what the events are happening, because it jumps around from the narrator, who's Matthew Lillard. He's telling the story like as if he's telling it in the present, and he's talking about the past, but it kind of like jumps all over the place in the past. So the pacing was very awkward.
Okay.
And so the story is about two kids from Utah who are punk rockers, graduate high school, graduate college,
Okay.
and then now the story is that they don't want to serve. They only want to service society by being punk rockers or anarchists, as they say.
Okay.
Even though they don't do anything anarchy, they just kind of just bum around. Much how like I lived my life as a 25-year-old.
You don't have to be breaking the law to be an anarchist. You just have to not recognize the law.
Right.
Well, they're doing drugs and stuff too.
Yeah, that's true.
That's anarchy.
I guess.
You're breaking the law.
I guess. Yeah, especially in Utah. And so it's kind of like a slice of life sort of thing. Or maybe a coming of age is an appropriate way to characterize it. And I think the fact that this movie being all over the place really took me out of it. And the acting is not that great either. I'm not expecting a serious movie when watching this, but like I'm also expecting a little bit more of a realistic performances. I think Matthew Lillard definitely kicks it out of the park.
You don't think Heroin Bob does a good job, his actor?
Yeah, I think he was probably one of the better actors in the movie. And the parents too were really funny. Shooter McGavin is the dad.
Yeah, what's his name?
I can't remember. I never can remember his name.
Something McDonald.
But he's
Christopher McDonald. That's it.
Oh, nice.
And
Good
then
memory.
And then Till Schweigert plays their weird German friend, the tall buff guy.
Oh yeah,
he feels so out of place, but somehow And then isn't Jason Segel?
Jason Segel plays like the big nerd.
Yeah,
who's also a punk rocker.
Yeah.
Jason Segel's really good in that too. But I think
ultimately, besides those 5 people, all bad.
Well, it's just the great actors, but it's just the performances just could have been tweaked a little bit better. And the story all over the place, like I said. I just found myself slowly becoming demoralized watching this movie and becoming really sad that I don't know if it's because I grew up and I look at that as kind of like an immature movie now. Mm-hmm. Or if it's really just not that great of a movie all around. I'm not sure. I mean, I just know that when I watched it, I had a different feeling towards it. And
what would you grade it now?
I'd probably grade it a C-.
Wow.
And I don't even think I'm going to watch it again. It was that like bad. I did not have a good time watching it. And I was embarrassed too because I was showing this. She
fell asleep. What are you embarrassed about?
I was showing this to my woman.
Okay.
And
easy.
And she fell asleep to it. I had to apologize. I was like, I'm so sorry that you had to watch that. It won't ever happen again.
I think that her reaction to the movie colored your reaction.
No.
I think that you're being dissuaded.
That's not true.
From enjoying the movie you love.
That's absolutely not true. I mean that sincerely.
This is a Manchurian Candidate situation. You're being unleashed.
I mean it sincerely, like that. I was surprised with myself that I didn't like it again, or not again. I didn't like it this time around. So yeah, just very disappointed, and I think it's kind of strange that they did so well in school. Like I didn't do well in school, but I was still a punk rocker.
So their experience is slightly different than yours, and so it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It's absolutely correct.
I think there's plenty of people who do well in school and they're like, you know what, fuck this, fuck society. I want to rage against the machine.
I don't.
You're done with raging.
I'm done with the raging.
After 30, raging falls off a cliff.
And then I did. Where's
that streaming? Tubi?
Yeah, Tubi.
Okay.
And then
it's gotta be streaming somewhere else too.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's see here. Nope, just there.
Yeah.
Doesn't even show as on Tubi here, but
it is.
But I know you watched it 'cause that's all you have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then I watched True Detective season 1 again in one day.
Oh, congratulations!
Had
the day off?
No, I didn't.
You watched it while you were working?
No, I didn't. I watched it yesterday on Saturday.
Oh, okay, got it. Saturday.
Yeah, that was. You know how like in that scene in The Simpsons where Homer gets up in the middle of the night and he has like 60 slices of American cheese. And
64.
Oh, nice. Good trivia.
64 slices of American cheese.
That's kind of how I am with True Detective season 1. Like, I was just like up at night and I was just like, episode 1. Episode 2.
Hell yeah, that's called binge watching, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, I've never watched a whole season of a television show in one go. I mean, maybe Chernobyl, but is that even really a TV show?
It's a show.
Okay.
It's a limited series. It's all the same thing. I mean, the lines are blurred now because we don't watch anything on cable.
Sure. So I mean, yeah. So SLC Punk, just it's sad that I don't like it again. I keep saying again, I don't like it anymore.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's all I have.
Rip SLC Punk. All right, cool. So I had a pretty busy week of movie watching. I got some good ones. And I think maybe 2 not so good ones. They're kind of more oddities than anything. So I'm just going to go right down the line from first movie I watched of the week right after our show last week. Barbara from the year 2012. This is a German movie. It's set in the 80s, East Germany. It's when the East Berlin, West Berlin.
The Berlin Wall.
Yeah. On. And this character of Barbara, the title character, she's a doctor who's banished to a country medical clinic for applying for an exit visa. She basically said she wanted to get out of the country, and they said no. And by the way, you're banished. You have to go out into the boondocks and work at this tiny hospital. So, deeply unhappy with the reassignment and fearful of her coworkers as possible Stasi informants, Barbara stays aloof, especially with the good-natured clinic head, Andre, who has a thing for her. So she's basically keeping everybody at arm's length as you kind of find out throughout the movie, she's trying to find a way to like smuggle herself out of the country. And this is a pretty good movie through about 95% of it. And the ending is just phenomenal.
Oh.
So it as opposed to, what was that one that I watched? The Pledge with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
I said shit the bed at the ending.
Yeah.
Fuck the whole movie up.
Yeah.
This one did the opposite.
Okay.
Really nailed the ending. It went from a pretty good movie to a really great movie.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is streaming on Kanopy and Amazon Prime and Hoopla. I blind bought it from Shout. Was it Shout? It was Shout or one of those, maybe Arrow. They were having a sale and they were like, oh, Blu-rays as low as like $5. And I was like, yeah, there's probably some stupid movie I've never heard of before. And this was one of them. And I'm like, it's got good reviews. Seems interesting. Plot sounds good. So I blind bought it and I watched it and it was really good. But you can stream it for free on Amazon Prime, Kanopy, and Hoopla. Next up, this movie's called Night of the Reaper. Just kind of came to available. I don't know if it just released in like the studio circuit or whatever, but I think it's a Shudder movie because I watched it on Shudder. It's also available on Philo and AMC Plus. And this is another one where the third act just turns it into something great.
Nice.
Yeah. Let me see if there's actually a synopsis on this. Let's see here.
Do they play Blue Oyster Cult in this movie?
They might actually.
Yes.
I'm not sure. Which is funny because I just bought some blue oysters yesterday at the farmer's market.
Oh, nice.
And I had them for the first time. They're really good. So this is written and directed by Brandon Christensen. Also written by Ryan Christensen, starring Jessica Clement, Ryan Robbins, Summer H. Howell. All names I've never heard before. And it kind of felt like just just a pretty standard sort of like teen kind of slasher movie. Here's the synopsis. College student Dina visits home and is roped into babysitting. The local sheriff is mailed a piece of evidence and is led on a scavenger hunt to reveal the killer of another babysitter. So there's these series of murders done by these people in robes with these skeleton masks on, like Halloween skeleton masks. And they call themselves, they say it's the Night of the Reaper or Summer of the Reaper or something like that. And they are this sheriff whose wife died in a car accident is being mailed bits of evidence from these previous murders. And it's kind of leads him on a chase to find basically the next victim and catch the next victim before they are killed before the next victim. And this girl who comes home from college or whatever to this small town, and best friend is supposed to be babysitting this night, and she gets roped into it, and then she becomes the next victim, essentially. So it's almost like You're Next, where she's in the house and she's got to defend herself against this killer that's coming in, or possibly these killers that are coming in. And there's 2 or 3 stories happening at the same time, because there's that, and then there's kind of the perspective of the killer that you get a little bit of, and then there's the sheriff who's going on this chase, and you're like, is this all going to be directed towards this one new killer, or is it a farce, or is there something weird? I won't say what it is, but when the third act happens, you're like, oh fuck, I didn't see that coming. And then it gets even more interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, and then it turns into something even better. Because I was like, I had a number of friends on online that were like, oh, this is great. You got to watch this movie, indie, low budget sort of movie. It's fucking great. And I watched it, and like halfway through with Brianna, I'm like, it's pretty good. It's all right. It's nothing special though. I don't know why people are raving about it. And when you get to the third act, you're like, oh yes, okay, that's good. Oh, yeah. They were able to tie the story in a way that made it more than what I was really expecting. So that's called Night of the Reaper, new release on Shudder, AMC Plus, and Philo.
Sweet.
Okay, next one. I rewatched Phantom Thread. I'm preparing myself for one battle after another, and I'm watching my favorites of Paul Thomas Anderson. And there's a lot of favorites from Paul Thomas Anderson. And
hardly misses.
Yeah, there are, for my money, not one miss. I don't really love licorice pizza.
I don't either.
But I still can acknowledge that it's a good movie, and it didn't hit me like the rest. But I watched Phantom Thread, and it's like I jockey back and forth between There Will Be Blood, Phantom Thread, and Punch Drunk Love is my favorite.
Yeah,
from PTA. And fuck, man, this is a good movie. It's such an understated script. And it's streaming on Netflix, so damn near anybody should be able to watch it. It's great. And I've said it before, but I'll reiterate for anybody who's listening who's new. Joseph and I watched this in theaters when it first came out, because we're like, oh, Daniel Day-Lewis and Paul Thomas Anderson back it again, Since There Will Be Blood, the band's back together.
Yeah, the band's back together.
And we went to go watch it, and I was so disappointed. I was like,
that's right. Yeah.
I was like, what is this? This is not what I was expecting. This is not brutal and bloody and and brooding. This is not the bad guy like I think in my head. This is something. It's like a dressmaker from London in the 1950s or whatever, 30s. I don't know what decade it is, but it is 1950s. I'm sorry, and it just didn't land on me. Only when I brought it back home and it became available to rent, and I watched it with Brianna, did I realize it was a dark comedy, and it is supremely funny. And if you were to take any of the 3 lead actors, you got Daniel Day-Lewis, Vicky Creeps, and then what is his sister's name? Cyril's her character's name in this. Leslie Manfield. Those 3 are the whole movie. The whole movie is them 3, their performances. And there are so many things that are made up within the way that they perform their lines that aren't in the lines. They're little glances and pauses and scowls between any of the 3 of them. The 2 girls to each other, both of the girls against, Reynolds. And it is a, I don't know, top 5 breakfast scenes movie, top 5 dinner scenes movie, top 5 toxic relationships movie, top 5 costume design movie. It's just so fucking good. And if you watch it distracted for the first time, it's going to go over your head. I watched it focused for the first time, and it went over my head. Yeah. And I had to lock it in for each subsequent viewing. And man, it pays off. It is one of the most beautiful movies, one of the greatest scores. It's so gorgeous. It's so uplifting, and then frustrating, and then funny, and then uplifting again, and then head turning. It's so good. So Phantom Thread, not the Phantom Thread, just Phantom Thread. Yeah. My favorite PTA as of right now. We just Tyler walked in as I was finishing There Will Be Blood. Yeah. And I don't know. I think that's a more entertaining movie.
Sure.
I don't know if it's my favorite though.
Yeah, I would.
I don't know. I have to digest it, because between them 2, Phantom Thread and There Will Be Blood, there's pros and cons for both.
Yeah.
Like the craft of the film in Phantom Thread of the lighting and the subtleties, just phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so much more like substance to There Will Be Blood. There Will Be Blood. So anyways, Phantom Thread is streaming on Netflix right now. Go watch it if you haven't. If you haven't, you are in for a treat.
Nice.
Next up, I watched a movie called Lost River from 2014, streaming on HBO Max. Have you heard of this one, Tyler?
I have not.
This is Ryan Reynolds' only directed movie, or his first directed movie.
All right.
No, sorry, not Ryan Reynolds. Guy from Drive.
Ryan Gosling?
Ryan Gosling, yes. Yes, I get the two Ryans mixed up. Yeah, this is Gosling's initial.
I didn't know he had a director's itch in him.
Not anymore.
Oh, no.
Not good. Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, Matt Smith is also in this. He's the de facto bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's never been worse. Never seen him in a worse performance in a movie.
Oh, man.
The rest of the cast is pretty good, so it's not like they're doing terrible, but they just have nothing to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Christina Hendricks, Saoirse Ronan, Eva Mendes, Matt Smith, Ben Mendelsohn, a couple other people you might recognize, but this is like Tom Ford's Nocturnal Animals crossed with David Lynch, crossed with wannabe Wim Wenders sort of stuff. Like he's really trying for an artistic feel.
That's a strange combination.
Yeah, he's really trying for a lot of artistic imagery, or almost like Beast of the Southern Wild, where there's a lot of kind of fantastical elements.
Sure.
But more like Mulholland Drive, where you're not sure if this is even the real world. Like, does this even exist?
Okay, I see where you're going with that.
Yeah. So, Billy is a single mother of two. She's Christine Hendricks. She's led into a macabre underworld while her teenage son, Bones, discovers a secret road leading
His name is Bones?
leading to an underwater town. Both Billy and Bones must deep dive into the mystery if their family is to survive.
What a ridiculous name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's almost like
Bones.
It's like the Warriors, where there's roaming gangs, but the gangs aren't big cool gangs. It's just two guys in a old Cadillac.
Anyone could be a gang.
Yeah, and there's some brutal shit in here too. Like Matt Smith's he's the bad guy. His name is what is his name again? Bully. His name is Bully. His Saoirse Ronan's name is Rat because she has a rat, and Matt Smith's a bully, so his name is Bully.
Okay,
right? Okay,
great stuff, Gosling.
Get it?
Great stuff.
Right. Anyways, his move when you cross him or do bad by him is he cuts your lips off with scissors.
Ouch.
It's fucking gnarly. And there's one scene where you kind of see him do it. They cut away so you don't see it, but you do see the aftermath. And that makeup design of that was really good.
Oh, cool.
Really good. So it's not like there's nothing to love about this, but it's weird for the sake of being weird, and just a little more story and a little bit more cohesiveness would pull this out from an oddity in a bad way into an oddity in a good way. So it's 2.5 stars.
Ugh.
Yeah. I don't want to go see the next thing that Gosling makes. Let's just put it that way. So,
Oh, no.
so that's Lost River, streaming on HBO Max.
All right.
Next up, documentary just dropped. It's technically from 2024, but it just dropped on YouTube, called Across America. Across America.
Across America.
Yeah, so this is about this guy who skates his skateboard across America. Literally, that's it. Chad Caruso is his name. And he does it he says it's for, I think the charity is called Natural High. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's Natural High.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically giving kids ways to get high without drugs.
Oh,
like
lame.
Skateboarding and all this kind of stuff. And because he was an addict in the past, and he was addicted to alcohol in the past, and was an addict in the past, and all this stuff. And he got free of all that shit, and now he's basically just a skateboarder, and he loves it. And he basically skateboards over 3,000 miles from Venice Beach to Virginia Beach.
Jeez.
Yeah, he gets
That's a long ride.
Yes, and he doesn't walk any of it.
Doesn't walk any of it.
He doesn't walk any of it. He skates the entire thing, uphill, everything, and he gets himself a spot in the Guinness Book of Records. And it's there's really not a whole lot of strife in this. A lot of documentaries, it's well, this happens, and then tragedy strikes and here's how they overcome it, or here's how they didn't overcome it, or whatever.
Right.
And there's not a whole lot of that. I mean, this is just pretty straightforward. You're just watching the guy skate across country, and you're watching the people who's interacting with along the way as well.
Okay.
And man, it's really encouraging. And he's got such a fucking great attitude that it's like such a cool guy. I would love to like buy this guy a beer or a seltzer water, something like that.
I don't think he'd accept a beer.
I'd buy him a lemonade.
Lemonade.
Yeah. And then the cool thing is, if you follow Chad Caruso on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook or whatever, he's got a lot of reels, little shorts and stuff that he'll do about the behind the scenes and stuff that they weren't able to include in the documentary. There's a bit where he goes to see Tony Hawk and tell him about what he did, and he brings the skateboard he did it in. And it's a little bit of a spoiler, but it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. He makes it the entire way without changing his wheels one time.
Oh man, they're probably like nubs by the time.
Look at the photo. There are chunks missing out of them. And he's like, he gives the board to Tony Hawk and he's like, what kind of wheels are these? And they're talking about it, and he goes, "Did you change bearings at all?" He goes, "I brought spares, but I didn't end up needing them." He goes, "Do you ever think we were going to blow?" And he goes, "Yeah, the last week or so, because it took him 3 months
to skate
the entire thing." And he's like, the last week of it
seems pretty fast.
50 miles a day at least.
My God.
He's at minimum 50 miles a day. But Tony Hawk puts it on his wall of fame of skateboards he has in his like home office. And there's probably 10 or 12 up there that have different significance or meanings. And he gave Tony Hawk the board and basically hung it up on his wall. And he's like, "This is the gnarliest skateboard I've ever seen."
That's pretty cool.
Really fucking cool. Yeah.
That's cool.
So it's called Across America. I'll put a link in the show notes so you can just click on the YouTube link and watch it. Yeah. But it's a proper documentary. It's not even an hour though. It's very easy to watch.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, Decision to Leave. Chan-wook Park, aka Park Chan-wook, Korean filmmaker who just has a pedigree a mile long. I think my favorite from him is Stoker. I love Stoker. Love me some Stoker. But this is streaming on Hulu right now. Also Mubi. I think it is a Mubi production. And this is a pretty fascinating movie. And it is a little confusing.
Okay.
A little confusing. It really begs to be watched a second time. So I think I'm going to give it a little bit and digest it and then watch it again later. From a mountain peak in South Korea, a man plummets to his death. Did he jump or was he pushed? When Detective Hae Jun arrives at the scene, he begins to suspect that the dead man's wife, Soon-rae, but as soon as he digs deeper into the investigation, he finds himself trapped into a web of seduction, deception, and desire.
All right. That sounds very fascinating.
Yeah, it's a detective story, and he's basically trying to find out who killed the man, if it was a suicide or he accidentally fell from this, because he's like rock climbing.
Yeah.
Or if he was pushed, and he doesn't think it's the wife, but then he kind of does think it's the wife, and then he doesn't again. Then he falls in love with the wife, and he's got his own wife. And some things come to light, and then he has to recuse himself from the case, and it's really kind of deep and fascinating. But the thing that I really love about Chan-wook Park is how he edits scenes together in order to tell stories with editing techniques. A lot of great cross dissolves from like the scenery and the actual physical world that they're in, dissolving into the characters. And in the next scene, you're second guessing yourself through certain situations. You're like, is that the same woman? That can't be. There's time jumps and stuff they don't quite really explain. Yeah. And then you learn about it the next scene. And you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess that really did happen. I thought that was maybe before all this. So it's a complicated movie, but man, Park Chan-wook is a master. He has such control over what he's doing that it's really, really great to watch. So
nice.
Yeah. So this is called Decision to Leave. I won't say anything about it except for just to go watch it. Be focused. If you really feel, I don't really condone dubs. I think that it's best to watch it in the original, but this one challenged me. I was thinking, man, I should probably rewatch this with dubs so I can kind of focus a little bit more.
Yeah.
I was having a little bit of a hard time following along. So, or just watch it twice. That's what I'm going to do. So that's Decision to Leave, streaming on Hulu and Mubi. And then I'll just leave it at this one. I'm not going to talk about that. I won't talk about that. So I watched this movie called Explorer from Another World. Okay, Explorer from Another World. It's streaming on Amazon Prime. It's also on Plex. And it is 45 minutes long.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's like a retro future sort of Mars Attacks sort of look to it.
Yeah.
And it's only 45 minutes long. I'm like, that's cool. Let's watch a short. Fill in some time before we got to eat dinner or whatever the hell we were doing at the time. And here's the synopsis. On a quiet evening in Buter County, Indiana, a string of strange events lead an eclectic professor, local law enforcement, and a ragtag group of teenagers to search for answers amongst the missing persons, maimed animals, and flashing lights in the night sky. The residents must band together to stop whoever or whatever is committing these troubling acts. However, they have yet to find out that its preternatural behavior is far from random. Lot of stuff going on in there. It's almost as long as the movie. This is a nights and weekends production. This is done with friends on the nights after work and on weekends when they have free time.
Okay.
So it's not a studio production. It's like a zero budget movie. And for that, I applaud it. There's some great gore in this. There's heads exploding, human and alien. There's chickens that are disemboweled that look real, and it's really just a fake chicken. There's a face peeling scene, which lasts way longer than you would ever see in a studio production, and it looks so fun and good. And it's like the DIY nature of this production really is really endearing, and I really loved it.
Yeah.
And then I read into the, and I was thinking, this looks really good. It's particularly the intro credits, because there's like this, it's like this montage of, flying saucers, and it looks like kind of, retro 50s pulp comics, like Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
And then I read into the trivia, and it's all AI. Yeah, not the whole movie, but huge chunks of the elements of the movie are. And then the entire intro is, and every single song, every single song in the entire movie is AI, like generative AI ripped off from somebody else's art. So that really took the wind out of my sails.
That's a bummer.
And then I went and I read through a bunch of comments and stuff, and I read a Reddit thread where the director, writer, creator is arguing with people about it. And
what a jackass.
That's what I thought. And then I watched the behind the scenes from it all, and part of me is just like, this is just somebody's project they were fucking around with, and somehow it blew up and it made it on Amazon Prime. Because they have a bunch of other backyard movies that they've made with their friends and kids and stuff on their YouTube channel. I think it's called something Piranha Drama or something like that. Productions. And I think they have the YouTube channel as well. And I'll put all this in the show notes so you guys can click on it and click through and make your decision for yourself. Because we bag on generative AI a lot on this show, and for very good reason. It's stealing people's art.
Yeah.
I would love to see these guys get a real budget with a real set and a real production studio and be able to do it instead of having to go back and forth to their jobs and whatever. Because, or at least maybe just have them get involved with some practical effects houses and get on the team, because the practical effects were really good. Acting was god awful. The wigs were god awful. The sets were not good. They were created sets.
Yeah.
So it's not like the entire thing was AI. And it's also not like it was a studio movie where you're talking people who could spend millions of dollars on a movie who just cut corners because it's faster. These are people who just have day jobs and shit and work at a hardware store or whatever.
I see your point.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like I can't. I reserve my vitriol and my hate and my spite for those who can but choose not to.
Right.
Where these are people who are just making it kind of for their own self and for their own fun, and their YouTube channel's got 3,000 or 4,000 subscribers.
So this kind of accidentally stumbled onto the mainstream.
Kind of. So people in the comments when they're reviewing this are just ripping this guy apart and ripping the movie apart.
I don't doubt it.
And I don't blame them either. So, but it's 3 of the characters in it, Nolan Gay, Harper Gay, and Liz Gay, and Ethan Gay. They're that's the mom and the dad and the 2 kids.
Yeah.
It's these are families that are just making this movie. And for what it is, it was cute and entertaining and whatever. And you could laugh at how bad it looks in certain places and then revel in how good the practical effects are. And then immediately it's the credits. It's like, okay, this is all fucking AI, generative AI.
Yeah.
So it's like it immediately takes the wind out of my sails. So
Yeah.
so I don't love this project, but I do think I would like to see where this filmmaker would go if somebody were to just give him a shot with a real budget and say, cut that shit out. You're not going to do any of that stuff. Because he admits it. He's like, yeah, this is AI and this is AI and all the music is, but it's like we literally are just making this on nights and weekends. It took us 2 years. Anytime we could get the same actors to play this character, had a night off, they'd come over and we'd shoot a scene. We'd build the replica head of the guy who's going to explode, and then we'd shoot it over the weekend and then edit it together or whatever. And it's like, for that, I like it. For all the rest of the stuff, I hate it. So it's
it's
an enigma. I couldn't even rate this movie.
I know. I was looking at your letterbox right now. It's 0 stars.
I said, my review says, I can't figure out where I come down on this. I absolutely love the practical gore and the DIY feel of everything. A nights and weekend production that no one is getting paid for gets a pass for iffy production techniques. So I don't abhor the creators, but I do abhor generative AI usage.
Yeah.
Both in the visual mediums and in music.
I guess.
The liberal use of both of them here completely turned me off from this specific project, but I would love to see what the writer-director could do with a proper crew, a budget, and a set working in his favor.
I guess in this scenario, it could be forgivable because it's a passion project. So it's not.
They're making $0 on this.
Yeah, so it's not like they're taking advantage of the technology for their own financial gain.
Mm-hmm. And putting actors out of work or artists out of work or whatever.
So like I can see that point, but you know, we here at Middle Class Film Class hate AI.
Yeah,
so
specifically generative AI.
It's a very hard pill to swallow when a honest person uses it for not nefarious reasons.
But it's like you have to think like in terms like when we pull music for the intro of our show, it's like that's copyrighted music.
Yeah, but it's for free.
It's not though.
It's royalty free.
Some of them is. Some of them are like the ones at the beginning of the show. But like this, I don't know. Take your pick. When we're playing a song from fucking some memory from the 80s from when we're watching The Crow, and it's like I put it up in, on the show, and it's like we get copyright struck for it.
That's true.
Because it's a copyrighted music, and then we can't make money from it. But I'm still going to use it on the show because it's fun. It's funny. We're making $0 on this. And it's like, but we're also not stealing that music and saying it's our music. Generative AI steals other people's artwork, rejiggers it, and says that's my music.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. It's just a bridge that I can't sign off on. I can't cross. But this project tested me in the ethics of it.
Sounds like it.
So I would encourage you, Tyler, and Joseph, if you're listening, which I don't think he is.
Well, he's not with the land of the living anymore.
Oh yeah, you're right. To watch it and the audience to watch it and see what you guys think. So the link will be in the show notes. So
yeah, that's a good homework assignment.
Yeah, there we go. So that's all I got.
All right.
Got anything else?
No.
Okay. So thank you to our cool SR duties over on Patreon. That's Javier, Heather, Michael, and Chris. And if you want to support us on the Patreon, you can do so at patreon.com/middleclassfilmclass, or you can just take the show on the YouTube, share it with a friends or family member, share it on your Facebook or your Twitter feeds or whatever you like, and help us grow that way.
It's more fun on YouTube.
Yeah, it is more fun on YouTube. And I know we're not doing it at our normal time, so we don't have anybody in the chat right now.
We don't.
Angie said hi and then bounced. Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's just them? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it is fun in the chat. So if you have a chance and you catch us live, you put that notification on and you see us going live, just hop in and say hi. It's a lot of fun. Until next time. Thank you for joining us today as we gab and chatter. We have plenty of streaming picks and a couple of fun news stories. Follow us later on today if you're on the live stream, and later on this week if you're anywhere else, as we review, what is it? Barbarella. Yeah. For our final movie in B-Movie September. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/MCFC podcast, and send us an email, mcfcpodcast@gmail.com.
And follow us on Instagram at Middle Class Film Class, and on Twitter, I forgot our Twitter handle name.
It's at Podcast MCFC.
Podcast MCFC.
Yeah, there you go.
And then on TikTok at Middle Class Film Class.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Rest in peace, Joseph.
Class dismissed.
I gotta get out of here.
The bell doesn't dismiss you. I dismiss you.
You're free to go.
See you next week.
See you later.
See you later.
That's a wrap.
Great show.